Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Championship. What a match that they had at All In. This was my favorite match, and they put on a show. And I'll tell you right now, I'll be the first to say, I did not think I was going to like this match as much as I did. It really did exceed my expectations. I know Bryan Danielson is one of the best wrestlers in ring work wise, but I wasn't really crazy about this match at first. When I heard that they were having a match, but this was the main event, and the guys, they put on a show, and it was just an awesome match. So first, Swerve Strickland, he started off working on Bryan Danielson's shoulder, and then he slammed Bryan Danielson on his head, onto the ring bell. And then I'm like, okay, the old Swerve Strickland is back. And then also, Swerve was he was stumping, he was beating on Bryan Danielson. He threw him out of the ring, and he was stumping on him in front of his family. So I thought that was good, because it was, if Bryan Danielson loses, his career is going to end. So I really like that. I thought that was great. Bryan Danielson, he had his usual strikes, some slams, some submission moves. He had this was crazy, a tiger German suplex from the top rope or the second rope. I'm not really sure, but it was just crazy. I'm like, I would not want to take that move. And the guys, it was just a great match. And then pretty much towards the end of this match, Swerve, hit the Swerve stomp. Bryan Danielson kicked out. Then we had then also Swerve hit 3 house calls. Danielson kicked out, and then I'm thinking like, okay, Bryan is probably going to lose this match, but I was also thinking that Bryan Danielson was going to win as well. And then Bryan Danielson, he made his comeback, and then Swerve hit like the big pressure. Bryan Danielson kicked out. Adam Page ended up coming out, and then Bryan hit Swerve with the knee. Swerve kicked out, and then Bryan Danielson hit another running knee, pretty much out of nowhere. And then after that, he tapped Swerved out. So it was, he put him in the submission to tap him out. It was a really awesome match. It was. And when Christian Cage won the Casino Gauntlet match, I was like, okay, he and Swerve just had a program. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I know Bryan Danielson is going to win the main event. Win the match against Swerve. But it was a great match. And at first I was thinking also, like before this match, that Swerve needed to win because his reign hasn't been the best. But then also, I feel like with Swerve's title run, it wasn't, I don't know, something was missing. It wasn't the best. And I think because they turned Swerve face, and sometimes when he was out doing promos and some of the matches and the booking, it just didn't, it didn't feel like anything special. It should have felt more special. So I think, turning Swerve back into a villain, and then maybe somewhere down the road, give him another title shot with better booking and present him as a champion, I think it's a good thing. So I think that, a fresh start, and I think that Bryan Danielson needed to win the match. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I hope that we get some really good storylines and programs and matches with Bryan Danielson as the champion. And I will tell you, I know when Bryan Danielson, I don't know if it was 2 years ago. I think it was like maybe a couple months after he arrived, after he joined AEW, I should say, he was a villain, and I kind of like that, how he was just like on the mic and just saying that he's better than everyone and was just outworking everyone. I would like to see that again, but I know that his career, I think after this, after his title run, I think that maybe he's probably going to end his career. So I think, maybe for now, I guess he's going to stay face, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Take care and have a good one.